back to Full Coverage, your favorite podcast with your favorite hosts,
Lara and
Manny, M-U-A. You guys, we have something to tell you.
We have some news.
We do have some news today, and it is something that
We've come together, and I think we finally made a decision that it's time
It's gonna be good for us.
It'll be good for us to just in full coverage.
Yeah.
They said, what?
I said,
huh?
This is kind of episode I was expecting.
No, I was kidding with that one, but we do have some news.
We have a surprise, really. A little surprise that we would like to show you.
Some of you guys have been speculating on the surprise.
They have. You know, last month I feel like we got a lot of comments that were like, we know exactly what you guys think you're doing. And you did not pass it by us, not one time.
We didn't. Sneaky.
We were a little sneaky, and we have decided to collab
with our makeup brands.
It's finally happened, you guys. We decided to come out with the collection Lunar Beauty x Lara Los Angeles.
And there's so much to this collection because we went out.
We went in. You guys, can we just have a moment?
Mom and Dad spent that coin.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad spent that coin.
A moment to appreciate the
full fantasy
combination of us. I genuinely like the fact that, you know, Lunar Beauty, obviously out of this world aesthetic vibes, more maximalist, Lara more minimalist with her aesthetic, about the sun, likes light kind of things. Baby, the sun instead of a moon, clouds, neutral, aesthetic.
The only person on earth could get Manny to do a sun, to get Manny in the sun.
I'm not kidding you, that's actually true because I will do things in the sun for Lara. She makes it like she would make me do it. But you guys, we have the full fantasy collab.
And we are so excited because it's actually available right now on lunarbeauty.com and LaraLeeLosAngeles.com. And what's great is it doesn't matter where you buy the product. You can buy it off either website. You're going to get the same packaging. You're going to get the same card. You're going to get the same outstanding customer service.
Vibes.
And we're both going to get paid.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Wherever you guys want to.
Wherever you want to buy it, just buy it because Mom and Dad worked hard on this one,
guys,
okay?
like we have put in a lot of love and a lot of labor into this one because we've been working on this for like almost a year and a half. Because we wanted a collection that wasn't just like an eyeshadow palette, just one thing. We wanted to have multiple things. So not only do we have these two pieces, which we are going to open and share with you guys, we also have...
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
This makeup bag is filled with your favorite makeup brushes. Plus, me and Manny created our own bullet lipsticks each. So there's
So we each have a lipstick.
There's 2 lipsticks. There's 6 brushes. There's a full-size makeup bag, an eyeshadow palette, and a full blush highlighter palette. That is a collection, honey.
And so if you're a listener, by the way, watch the YouTube video for this.
Yeah, it's
Please
time.
watch this is the time to go watch the video because we want you to see actually what's going on.
Absolutely.
But we did, 2 lipsticks, 6 brushes, a brush bag, and 2 palettes.
And once you guys see the bullet of this lipstick, you can go back to all 80,000 TikToks I filmed. This is the lipstick I'm wearing.
Which is like nice to actually be able to say that you're wearing it all the time.
Right. People ask me all the time, and like I'll either ignore their comment or I'll be like, coming soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the answer. No one wants to hear that. No one. It's annoying. And so now I can finally be like, oh, you guys are going to die too at the names.
Oh, it's so camp. It's so us. Like the whole collection. The fact that it's literally like you guys, the full fantasy. This is something we say, like we just say full fantasy all the time, but full like this.
This is the full
fantasy collection.
Thank you to Adam and Eve for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage.
Cool thing about Adam and Eve too, you guys, is that they actually have discreet shipping, which I think is really cool. And like, if you aren't, necessarily wanting everyone to know, what you ordered, they will send it to you in discreet shipping. That can just kind of be very about yourself and you know what it is.
You guys can go to adamandeeve.com. Just enter the code FULL at checkout. That's full, FOOL, at adamandeeve.com. This is an exclusive offer specific to this podcast. So be sure to use code FULL and get your discount 100% free shipping and get it fast with Rush Processing. Code FULL.
Whether you're searching for the latest sneaker drop, the iconic handbag, a timeless watch, or your next piece of classic jewelry. eBay authenticators are there to verify every detail of your purchase. Yep, we're talking every inch, stitch, tick, facet, and clasp that make the piece you're searching for worthy of your collection. In a world full of fakes, it's time to get real with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms.
So first, let's start with the eyeshadow palette.
You guys, this is the color palette. We have Lunar Beauty Heart, Laura Lee Los Angeles, which is so freaking cute. I die.
My favorite part.
So then we open it up and we have this gorgeous, just...
And
18 well palette.
Manny created all these colors together, and we came together. I'm such a neutral girly, and Manny likes a pop. Manny
I do like
likes a little pop. So we came together. You get a ton of neutral colors in this palette. You get the smoky colors towards the bottom, a lot of neutrals, and then you'll just see a light pop in here. Not too crazy.
No, even like our most crazy is like a blue-brown pigment shift.
Yep,
that's it.
That's
but
it.
Everything else is more on the neutral side. And you know me, like with Nude Prism launching, I'm really getting into my more nude girl era too. Like I have the bolds, but I wanted nudes too. I can't just do one thing all the time.
Right.
I have to do multiple things. So the fact that
I do neutral all the time only.
And that's what it's gonna be.
That's me. I'm like, just give me the neutrals.
But we did this like really nice combination where we have a lot of like neutral tones with some maroons and some golds. So
it's stunning.
If you're into that vibe, I think this is gonna be that girl.
How many colors do we got? We have
18.
That's a big palette.
18 color palette. 18 color palette.
If you had to pick one color, what would be your favorite?
Ooh, I honestly, when I'm looking at it immediately, like the shade Full Fam is really sticking out to me, which is this one right here.
Okay, that one's such a like star of the show. That's a star of the show. For me, this is so lame, but Besties is like definitely because you guys know I love a matte shade all over my lid. So I dip into Besties every single day. Every day of the week, I have Besties on my lid. Normally, I'm just wearing Besties. But if I want to get a little crazy, I like girlies because y'all know I love a gold moment.
Yes.
Or in our photo shoot, I actually had on a mixture of Sunny and Fool's Gold because I did like a bronze smoky eye. It was so sick. So I did these two, and Manny played a little more.
I played more into the maroons. I was in the Aries is my like one of the shades I really, really like. Lanny, Social.
Go through and read.
Let's read the names.
Let's read the names.
Okay. So first name we have Cloudy, which is like kind of just Vince the fantasy.
Yep.
We have Your Fave, which is like your favorite podcast. So it's Your Fave. Duh. We have Besties. Duh. Full Fam. We had to name one after you guys.
So
we had to. And it's literally one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. So we're like, yeah. We have We're Back.
We're back.
And we're back. So we have Sunny, which is like a really nice true gold. We have Girlies, which is a light pale gold.
You guys.
You guys. We have Not My Vibe. Not My Vibe.
It's not the vibe.
Not the vibe. We have Fool's Gold, spelled Fool.
Clever.
Of course, Fool's Gold.
Very punny.
Aries. We have the shade Lanny.
So Lanny, if you didn't put it together, is Lara and Manny put together.
Yes, it is our ship name. So the people always like give us ship names, Lanny, and they always like to give us Lanny, like to give us
I like Maura or Lanny.
Lanny
you get
or
Maura or Lanny.
And that's what our ship names are. So we have Social, just we're social media girlies. Next we have Peek and Pit.
Peek and Pit!
So cute. So
that's
cute.
iconic.
It's so good. We have What's Going On.
What's going on?
We just say what's going on all the time. Next, you guys, we have Maura. So we do
that would be Manny and Laura put together instead of Laura and Manny.
Exactly. So we have both ship names in the palette because we just had to.
It felt right.
Next, we have Trivia.
Y'all love a trivia moment.
We all makes sense. Next, we have Virgo.
Me.
So we have our signs obviously in here, and then we have Break Time as the black.
Oh my gosh, it just doesn't get better than that.
You guys, this was like, we truly, like me and Laura literally just like sat down and we played with colors for hours.
This was at Manny's old house, by the way. We sat down at his old house.
And we went in.
Way before he moved, and that's whenever we started the creation of this palette.
Yeah, so it's been a long time in the making, and it's like finally we are here. But Laura, why don't you go and show us the face palette now? So we have basically the exact same packaging, but in a more mauvey kind of pink tone. So we have this is our like tan neutral fantasy collection color story, like that. I'm sorry, that camera too, and then we have our more pinky mauve tones.
So this is our face palette.
Ooh.
First of all, I love the size of the mirrors in both these palettes. So if you travel with them, you're going to get a full size mirror in the palette. We have two highlighter shades. One's a little more golden undertone. One's a little more rose goldy, rosy undertone, if you will. They are so creamy and delicious.
Stunning. I'm wearing champagne nude right now.
This is probably going to be the color of the season. Pink Blossom. So, by the way, this one is Gold Fantasy. This one is Nude Champagne. And so Pink Blossom is just that Barbie pink, cool tone pink, hot pink that everybody's reaching for.
Yep.
Then we have a little bit of a deeper color. It's called Rose Skyline. So this one is quite these are quite pigmented, by the way, guys. So don't get crazy unless you want to.
Yeah, of course.
But this one has like a raspberry undertone, like berry almost, I would say. A little bit deeper. Peachy Keen, a matte
perfect peach. It's like the perfect peach.
And that's literally my color. I'm a peachy type of girl. And then we have Sandbar. And this is also can be used as a contour, but also can make a pretty blush on certain skin tones as well. And this is a pretty matte bronzy shade. So you got your whole face palette here as well. I love the little details with the Lunar Beauty and Lara Los Angeles. It's so precious. I love the color story in this, and this is just such a useful palette to have.
It really is. Like we can fit so many amazing skin tones in something like this with the blushes, because they're technically blushes and highlighters.
Absolutely.
But you can really mix and match. And we found like this creation that really worked for us.
I agree. Wow. I also like the 3D-ness on the packaging. You can lightly feel the sun and the clouds. So cool. Okay, you want to talk about our lipsticks?
Yes, we have lipsticks. So we have lipsticks here, and the same. So obviously, you guys throughout the entire collection, you're gonna notice the like light clouds, kind of daytime vibe. So obviously, I'm like a spacey girly. Laura's a neutral girly. So what do? We combine that. We have like a daytime.
That's right.
It's like so cute. Like the fact that we were able to, we met in the middle. So it's this really pretty tan kind of same fantasy, but the bullet is so
the bullet's so cute.
Oh.
It's an ombre bullet.
Diva.
Oh, diva.
The ombre bullet is sending me into orbit.
Look how pretty that is. So it goes from this creamy light nude into this peachy warm mauve at the top. It's like a warm tone nude. It's so
gold
pretty.
Detail.
And then, we have gold detailing. And then it says Lunar Beauty Heart, Lara Los Angeles.
And then you want to see the top of it?
Boom. Oh, let's do it. You just press the button at the top and it pops out your lipstick.
Out, you guys.
Oh my God, such a pretty color.
Look at these. Mwah. So this is the shade Maura. This one is, I believe, what Laura created.
Yeah, that's fine.
This one is what you created. I'm like, thank you.
As soon as you opened it, I was like, that was mine.
So Lanny, the shade Lanny is more of a dirty nude. That's kind of where I was going for. I was going for a dirty nude that gave you that very like beigey undertone. It's like a dirty nude beige. So that's what you're going to see when you get mine. The formulation of this, by the way, is a full coverage cream.
It is a cream. It's not dry down matte. It has like a slight semi sheen to it, like semi. So you're going to get a little moisture in the lips while wearing these. And it's going to have like a, not high shine, but just like a slight
cream sheen.
A cream
nice
sheen.
Nice cream sheen. It's very, again, full coverage. You can tap it on like how Laura does.
Yep.
Or a real
very
swipe.
Full coverage. So this is mine. You can literally see it. It's a peachy pinky nude. Peachy pinky nude. I wear it every day. It's perfect for my skin tone. And I normally pair both of these with a brown liner since they are more so cocoa is what I'm wearing today.
Yes.
And cocoa goes really good with these.
Or milk tea. Milk tea and cocoa would be the perfect like combo.
Cocoa with this, milk tea with that probably.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah, we're having more peachy pink vibe and I have more of a dirty nude vibe over here.
Yep. So you'll get your arrangement in nudes. They're very different, but very, very pretty. But
let me swatch yours on my finger too.
And let me get yours.
So you can see what they look like on my skin tone as well. So you guys can tell.
I love that idea.
Because you can see Laura's pulls more pinky peach and mine pulls more cool tone.
So we basically did a warm and a cool tone.
Yeah.
Nude
A warm and a cool.
A warm and a cool. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
I love it.
I like how comfortable these wear.
Yeah.
I get dry lips and I like the comfortableness of these. Okay, we have more. There's more. So what's cool is that we have this nylon makeup bag, which you can totally throw in your washer, and the inside is lined so
Laura
you can wipe
has
it out.
sickening bags like in her line. Like they are such good brush bags. So we definitely took inspo from Laura's brush bags. Like they're so dope that we're like, we have to do a nice thing, like a big one that can hold everything. We wanted a large one.
Yes, exactly. It can hold the entire collection, including so much makeup more that you can put in here. And we put our emblems on the corner of it. So I thought that's just so cute. Okay, let's talk about our brushes we came out with.
Boom! 6 brushes, you guys. We got 6 brushes here. We have 2. essentially like 3 face brushes and 3 eye brushes. So what we decided to do, actually, technically it would be 7 because one's a dual-sided.
And also this one can go for eye or face. So they're versatile brushes.
Versatile brushes. So we decided to create a more of a versatile brush collection that goes well with our collection. So we're going to have eye brushes. We have a nice like smudger. Incredible.
This one's great for smudging out the lower lash line, or if you're like me and sometimes you like a eyeshadowed eyeliner, you can smudge this.
Yeah.
I like to use brushes like this to get the eyeliner smudged out for a smoky look. I love brushes like this. Soft.
I love. This one we have is a nice, really like pretty tapered blender. So we have a nice tapered blender, you guys. So the color story, of course, of these is like a really soft nude rose kind of tone with a rose gold top. So again, fits the entire fantasy of the full fantasy collection. Very on brand for us both. Obsessed.
This one's such a good medium-sized blender that's like a staple in any kit as well. And you can blend out all your mattes with this one.
This one's one of my favorite brushes that we did.
Ever.
This one, so we have a nice like flat paddle brush. Like it's really good for like concealing, carving kind of vibes. And then we have on the other side of it, a nice little small smudger. A pencil brush. It's sickening.
I love this one. Synthetic flat brush. So any of those shimmers that you want to pack on and get that pigment going, be sure and grab this one. And then for the inner corner or any detail work.
Detail, anything.
That pencil brush right there. And I love that one is our only dual end, but this one's a great dual end brush.
It's so good.
Such a handy one.
And so next, you guys, we have this like, this one I feel like is one of our most like multitasking ones. Is the number 4 one. This one is like this like a small tulip brush. You can use it to highlight.
Yep.
Or you can use it in the crease to literally just give you one big wash of color.
Because it is such a soft, fluffy blender. This one does have nice density to it. And I'm not going to lie, like I will blend a concealer out with this
I was going to
brush.
say, you can use it for concealer too to blend it out.
Because it's so dense. So like it will really move that cream product nicely without eating it all up and getting sloppy. So this 100%. Is number 4. This is like probably one of the best brushes in our collection, in my opinion, just because I grab it and use it for literally so much. Like incredible brush. I wish people made more brushes like this.
I know.
So we had to make it ourselves.
We had to make it. It was our turn to make it.
Just had to do it.
And then you guys, we have 2 more brushes. We have the number 5 brush and we have the number 6 brush. So the number 5 brush is our like medium-sized tulip. So a tulip brush is fantastic for blush application. Really great for like even if you want to bronze, if you want to contour, whatever you might want to do.
Contouring.
Yeah, see, like you can use it kind of whatever you want.
I love these because they're not too big and you can be a little bit more direct with where you want your product to go with like a smaller blender like this.
Yes.
This too is a more dense brush. So you could use cream product with this if you wanted to softly stipple or blend foundation. 100% go for it with this brush. This is number 5.
And then last but not least, you guys, we have number 6, which is our more like fluffy, again, also another tulip brush, which I feel like we just really enjoy because like they work so well at cupping everything, cupping the cheek. We have a nice, really fluffy, just fluffy brush.
And this one's a little less dense, so I wouldn't use cream product with this one because it will weigh it down. Blush, highlighter, not so much contour, but bronzer.
Or like loose powder.
Any loose powder.
Like this is what, like you're gonna, the more not compact the bristles are, the lighter the application is gonna be. So this is meant for a nice veiling, a very light wash, if you will. So we wanted to have one of those to have like
with the blush palette so
perfectly. So you wanted everything that would apply to every single thing in our collection that would look absolutely incredible. So that's what we came out with, and this is our number 6.
Chef's kiss. And this is the last piece of the collection. I love this brush, especially for either translucent powder for touch-ups or blush for me.
Exactly.
This is my blush brush right here. Gorgeous. And it has like this taperedness to it that just cups the face.
Yeah, it's the perfect cupping brush.
Perfectly. Don't get me going.
Honestly, I really do feel like we did that.
We did.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm so proud of our collection and the way like I truly feel like mirrored the brands, like we married the brands so cool. Like we made it something different, but still on brand for us.
It was quite the challenge too, kind of, because it was like
the amount of things that we went through, like for the actual like the artworks.
Right. Oh man.
Dude.
We went through so much, and having to merge 2 brands and 2 ideas is actually double the work than one. And we're so lucky to have each other to be able to even do this with. I can't believe we haven't done it before this because we've been friends for 7 years.
Literally.
And we're just now getting around to it. But also per you guys' request, you guys have asked us to do so much, and we're just starting to get our feet wet with it. But this
100%.
was a big one for us to come together and create this, and we've been like so excited about it.
Oh, and the thing is that it's not like easy to do a collaboration when it comes to like makeup and stuff like that. Like it's hard because of the way of like so many things that you have to put into it. Like again, like it's gonna be on both of our sites. Like we're like doing all these different things where it's like, oh shit, like so much goes into it. Like Laura has her brand's aesthetic, I have my brand's aesthetic. So we go into that range. So when you combine forces to be like this incredible thing, it's like it has to be like perfect to you guys.
It does.
Or it's like not gonna fit. You're gonna be like, oh, I don't really like this or that. But luckily we got to a spot that I'm like,
it's so much give and take whenever you do a collab like this, but I feel like it just turned out perfect. And it's nice to do a collab with someone that knows makeup too, though. And like you run your own brand, I run my own brand, so that makes it easier as well because like we know the business behind it, we know what we're doing in makeup, we know how to create good makeup. So that part was easy.
Yes, like that part was like, oh girl, we got it down. Like we have the formulations down. Everything, like all the formulas of everything that we did, I'm obsessed with.
It was more so like narrowing down what we were going to create because we wanted to create everything. We were like, and one of these, and one of these, but we narrowed it down to this. And I think it's just the perfect amount.
It's the perfect like capsule collection because at the end of the day, it is limited edition.
It is limited edition.
It's limited edition. Like we're not reordering. This is like a one and done. We ordered a great amount of units.
We did
survive, like to keep going for like a few months, but this is not a reorder situation. So once it's gone, it's fully gone. So if you do want it, definitely snag it because it's not being reordered. Like this is our like, baby, we came out with our collaboration. This is for other people, the full fam.
This is for the full fam.
The full fam and our people.
And we're out.
And we're out.
But we literally cannot thank you guys enough for all your support on this podcast, on our channels, on our friendship, everything we've done, because without you guys, it wouldn't be possible.
No, literally, I was like, you guys are the ones that kind of like planted these seeds in us years and years and years ago to even like the podcast planted seeds.
I feel like we didn't even want to open that can of worms because we knew the uphill work that was going to take. Like we knew that was going to be a doozy. That was going to be a very big time consuming one, a battle, if you will. And so I feel like we never really wanted to even go there. We were just like, Jesus Christ, like that's so much for us to collab. Plus we're like working on our social medias and starting a pod and like all
our
this stuff. Our own individual brands. Jesus.
Our own individual launches.
We were like, we can't do it.
Yeah, it was hard. Like it's not like it wasn't tough. But it's crazy when you get everything to fruition and it all is like complete and you're like, holy shit, like all the work that we put into it like is so worth it. And I genuinely think people are going to love the color stories. They're going to love the collections. I think that everyone's going to love what they look like. And
something else, which this is just like behind the scene tea. Me and Manny have had our brands for a long time, and we both have had like little opportunities to collab with influencers.
Yeah.
But we both were kind of like, it doesn't feel right.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Do you remember this?
Laura, you're so freaking
Because there were little things that would come up where it was like, should I collab with this influencer with Lunar Beauty or with Lara Los Angeles? Should I do a collection with her? But we both were kind of like, wouldn't it be kind of weird if we did that, like a collab with some other influencer and it wasn't each other first?
Yeah.
Like we were both like, it's just fucked up. Like that would be fucked up for us. Like, hello.
You're so right.
Like how dare we?
It's happened to us each multiple times where it was like the idea of doing this collaboration was out there and like, you know, brands asking us or like influencers asking us or us asking influencers. And then we were like, I feel like doing
like it just feels wrong to not do it with one another first.
Exactly.
And then go from there because hello, the friendship of all friendships.
Literally, it just felt like the most correct.
Yeah.
It felt the most correct. And I feel like it really was the most gorgeous marrying from our brands. And like, I know we're both so proud of it that like, I'm just elated.
Also, I will say this, like my team had to merge with Manny's team and they did it so beautifully. Like our teams, you know, like they don't know each other like that because like our brands are separated, but like they had to come together and work with each other every single day of the week.
Literally.
Every single day of the week.
Last week.
Oh, and at our photo shoot last week, our teams were all there and they met each other and it was really, really cool moment.
It was really cool. And I was so excited. My mom, like, she always like tell me, she's like, I really hope like Tyler and Laura don't get annoyed by me like asking them questions, and you know I hope the Katya doesn't fucking hate me.
I'm like telling the Katya.
I'm not kidding. No, literally, I was like, I hope Katya doesn't fucking hate me.
Never.
And I'm like, Mom, just like
I couldn't hate your mom if I tried to. So there's that.
I'm like, Mom, you're coming from a very genuine place. We always just want to make sure everything is going in the right direction. But also,
we love the tea.
It's fine. We love the tea. We love the tea.
We love the tea.
You're fine.
This is a safe place.
It's a safe place.
Because my team is an extension of me.
Yeah.
At least I would like to think so.
100%.
So it's all good. It was all such a wonderful experience. And I'm so happy we did it. I'm so happy how everything came out. And most importantly, I hope you guys enjoy it. We have a bundle deal, of course.
Of course.
We will have each and every item linked down in the description box. Again, if there's something you want to buy off Lunar Beauty site, then get the collection there. If there's something you want off my site, get the collection. Don't feel like you're supporting one more than the other.
Baby, we're splitting the whole thing.
We're splitting the whole thing.
So it's all good.
It's safe. It's safe.
We are good.
It's safe. There's no competition.
Luckily, we're able to track like how many you saw on your site of like one thing. So like, we're able to know. And so at the end of the day, at the end of the week, or whatever, the end of the collaboration, we can like boom, 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 boom.
Yep. And it's really nice because neither of us have investors, so it doesn't get hairy. No, it doesn't. It makes it really simple.
It's simple, and honestly, like. The fact that we were able to do this with no investors and all of it self-funded and doing all these things together, like that's a testament to us.
That is a testament to us and with our hard work and our hard work.
Yes.
Like in being able to pull off and upfront that much money for a collection like this. Like that's a testament to us.
With like the amount of work that we do already. In this climate. In this June gloom.
Honey. We did it without the sun.
No, we did it without the sun. But I mean, I feel like that was like our peak and pit of the week. Not pit at all. It's just like our thing for the week.
Yep, that's it.
We don't even need to have peaks and pits for the week because I was like, this is what we need to talk about.
This is what it is. So since this is kind of like a very special announcement to us and we are best friends, we kind of wanted to pull out our card game where we get to know each other better and just have an all-around sentimental fun episode.
That's what today's episode is going to be about. We're going to do a couple of these cards, answer some cute-ass questions. What cards you guys will leave?
I didn't mean to. You know, it just happens to me.
It just came out.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm an animal.
I love it. A beast.
I just burped into the mic.
No, I love it. So yeah, well, of course we'll leave both of our links down below for our website. So you guys check it out. We're really obsessed and we hope you guys are absolutely in love with the entire collection.
Also, we're going to be posting pictures from our photo shoot, which was very fun to do because I'm like, oh my God.
Laura, it's the easiest shoot I've ever had.
Easiest photo shoot we ever did.
It was literally like boom, 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 singles, individuals, together, done.
And we were like, let's go home. And then they were like, don't you guys want a photo like this and that? Me and Mary were like this. No, we don't.
We'll take some selfies.
We're going to go ahead and go. Yeah, we were like, we're going to film a TikTok or two and we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here.
So it was really good. So yeah, let's go and get into this game. I need to wipe my fucking hand.
Okay, yes.
Let's watch this first, actually.
We'll be right back. Thank you to Adam and Eve for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, don't panic, but I have some news. Adam and Eve is offering 50% off about any item plus free shipping, which includes rush processing,
which we absolutely love. You guys already know Adam and Eve. It's just a great website to get literally anything you could possibly need for the bedroom. They have they have lingerie, they have anything that you could potentially want to use for the bedroom. You can get it here. I've personally bought something from Adam and Eve before and it was sickening.
I actually just went on a bachelorette trip and I ordered some stuff from Adam and Eve for the gifts because we were giving fun gifts and I got some lingerie and some cute little toys off there.
Did you use the code FULL?
I sure did. And it worked like a charm.
I love it. And the cool thing about Adam and Eve too, you guys, is that they actually have discreet shipping, which I think is really cool. And like if you aren't, necessarily wanting everyone to know, what you ordered, they will send it to you in discreet shipping that can just kind of be very about yourself and you know what it is.
You guys can go to adamandeeve.com. Just enter the code FULL at checkout. That's FULL, FOOL at adamandeeve.com. This is an exclusive offer specific to this podcast. So be sure to use code FULL and get your discount, 100% free shipping, and get it fast with rush processing. Code FULL.
Whether you're searching for the latest sneaker drop, the iconic handbag, a timeless watch, or your next piece of classic jewelry, eBay authenticators are there to verify every detail of your purchase. Yep, we're talking every inch, stitch, tick, facet, and clasp that make the piece you're searching for worthy of your collection. eBay's authenticators are experts in their crafts, true connoisseurs, and as leaders in their fields, they're making sure your item always arrives as authentic as your style. So go ahead, get your piece you've always wanted and leave it up to the meticulous eyes of the eBay authenticator to make sure that watch movement is original, the glimmer is real gold, and the rare sneaker is legit, or that handbag is really made of genuine leather. And never get faked over again. In a world full of fakes, it's time to get real with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. First question playing this game. By the way, you guys, the game is called We're Not Really Strangers. So that's what the game is called. My first question that I have here that's listed is, what is a compliment that you wish you received more frequently?
So what do I like about myself?
No, essentially it's like, what do you like about yourself and wish people would, let's say, wish people knew that about you more? And
I would say I wish people told me more. You're so skinny. I'm just kidding. You're so skinny.
Yes.
No. I wish people told me more. You're funny, but maybe I'm not funny.
Laura,
and I would like to think I am.
I actually feel like people tell you you're funny all the time.
They might. I
think that's actually one thing that you do hear a lot. You hear, you're so much prettier in person. Yeah. And you hear,
that's a big one for me.
And you hear, you're so funny. I feel like those are things.
People, because Manny's with me a lot, and sometimes when people go, you're so much prettier in person, I'll just look at him.
And because I know all the tea about that. Am I really?
It comes from a place of just saying, I think people are just trying to say, like, you're pretty online too, but like, you're pretty in person. I think that's what they're just trying to say.
But when they say like, damn, you're so much prettier in person than online, you're
and
like,
that's how it comes out almost every time.
It comes out like that. Like that's how they say it. And you're like, oh damn, am I fucking hit?
God damn,
I
gotta find a new filter to be used.
No, stop. No, but I feel like, I think about you too? Like I know it's not even my question, but I think that something that I wish people would comment you more about is your work ethic.
Oh, that's
I feel like you are such a hard worker, and like, because you make it look almost easy that people don't realize you're such a hard worker.
I too, like sometimes like even other influencers will text me and ask me how I'm doing what I'm doing and how I'm doing so much I'm doing. Yes. I've had influencers sit me down and ask what my schedule is and try to pick my brain about it because they know, they see the amount of content and they know what it takes to make it. So they're like, like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, it starts at 6 a.m. ladies.
Wrap it up.
Let's go. But I just have standards for myself that through life I've learned to also not have those standards for other people.
Totally.
That's why I say they're standards for myself. And yeah, I've just been through things in life and they've pushed me and I just continue pushing on, brother.
And you keep working.
You just keep on keeping on.
You better work, bitch.
You better work, bitch.
Yes, it's very that. So that's one thing.
Oh my God, this one's cute and it kind of plays off what you just asked me. What's the best compliment a stranger has ever given you?
The best compliment a stranger has ever given me? For me, I think that when it's a complete stranger, whenever people tell me something about like my energy, I get that a lot. Actually, that's like the stranger energy. Like I get that a lot from strangers where it's like, you just like have something about you that I just like, I want to talk to you. Or like,
you know what? We talked about this in a recent episode, how people connect with you sometimes almost too much on their end. Very quickly. Yes. Like they feel like they've created a new best friend in the world and you guys have had one conversation. Yes. You know what I mean? Like you've dealt with that a lot. All
the time. And I think that I will say like, it's like, that can be a moment where I'm like, oh my God, I'm kind of shook by that. But I think that it's something like, I think that is a testament to just like, I don't know, like who I am as a person.
100%.
Like, if people want to, like,
that's
there's something about, it's a good thing. I'm like, if people actually want to be around me, that's like, I'm proud of that. And that feels that feels like a gift somewhat, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that has to do with my energy. And they're like, there's just something about you that I just want to like be around.
I love that.
So I think that's really sweet when strangers say that.
That's a good one.
Next, what is something you would want to change about yourself?
Well, I wish I had more of a social battery.
Oof.
Because the thing is, I used to.
Yes.
And now I'm just tired of everyone. And I'm like, go on.
Go on, get.
Which there is something beautiful in finding a place where you love being alone, because people also have trouble with that. And they battle. Yes, they battle with the alone time, like it bothers them, and they always want to be social. And I went through that, and I'm so past FOMO and all that. I'm like, please go.
Have fun.
Please don't invite me. Please don't. And that sounds so ungrateful. Go. I love to be invited, hate to go. So I just
that is such the most. Why is that the most perfect? Like, that's a tweet. Love to be invited, hate to go.
That's accurate. Me, honey. That is me to a T.
I mean, the social boundaries. That's a good one.
And the thing is, every time I go, I have a good time. Once I'm there,
of course, it's the getting there.
But I wish like I had more of a like, yay, we got invited to this. I can't wait. And I'm always like, oh, Lord help me.
You guys, we get invited to like premieres and screenings and like these cool ass things, but we just like don't go to a lot of the stuff because we're just like, you know what, I'm actually really tired this week, or like I'm going through the gigs this week, or something's going on where it's like, yeah, well, I totally get it. And like with Laura, I'm very understanding too. Like, yeah, I get in the same boat all the time. Like I have moments where I'm like, girl, I don't want to do literally anything, and there's moments where I want to do something every day. So it just kind of depends on like the mood and the vibe. So I'm like, I feel you, I hear you, I'm with you. I wish, I just want to like look forward to more fun rather than dreading it. But I think that has a lot to do with like stuff on my plate and me. I was going to say, I feel like when that lowers, this rises. Yeah. So it's like when the stress of the plate goes down, the excitement goes up in other aspects. 100%. So I think that's something I need to work on. Like a little less of the bull. Okay, this one's random, but why do you think we met? Why do you think we met? I'll think of an answer for this too. Yes. I think we met because we were both at spots in our life that were like kind of transitioning phases for us. Big time. When it came to relationships around us. Big time. And I think that, and you believe in God, I believe in God as well. True. I do believe that like people come into your life for a reason. Like I do, especially like people that you feel like this kinship with, or like you feel like this almost familial connection that I'm like, oh, like I don't think it was ever an accident that we just met. No way. I genuinely don't think that, because I'm like, that's not like how it works in my mind. Like I genuinely believe that like God was like, this is a good one for you. She's going to be amazing. She's going to accept you for who you are. Like again, like these like kind of things that I felt like I needed, you gave me. Yeah. You know, in a way. Likewise. So it was like, I felt like, I was like, oh my God, this girl is so fucking dope. She's fucked up, man. She's fucked up. Just like me, you know? And it like, I feel like our crazy matched well. Yeah. If that makes sense. I feel like too, we like have a similar sense of humor. We have a similar sense of things we like. We don't take things too seriously. We don't take things. And I was saying this, jokesters. I was like, I respect people that take themselves too seriously, because there's a lot of really successful girly pops that take themselves, in my opinion, way too seriously. I cannot be best friends with someone who takes themselves way too seriously. 100%. I'm going to need to laugh at myself, and I'm going to need to laugh at you at times. And shit is just funny. Absolutely. And it's just not that deep. And like, you're that person, which helped me right off the bat niche with you. But I will tell you, it's so funny, on a live sesh I was just doing, they asked me how I met you. And I was like, well, I met him at the Bellamy event. But I will say I think I came up to you, if I'm not mistaken. I think so too. We were like standing in the same area. I was like, I follow you, Manny, I'm Lara, blah, blah, blah. And you were so nice. And even at that point, you have to remember, like, I was a very small creator. So I definitely got the cold shoulder of a lot of people. But so much so too, it wasn't even that big of a deal. You know, it's like, whatever, totally. She's a bitch. Anyways, and the sky's blue. Yeah. So I met you, and I remember you were super nice. So like, I had seen you at a couple more events, I think like a Morphe event or something, and I would always say hello to you, because you do give off good energy, and you do feel like a safe place. Oh, that makes me really happy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I didn't really have expectations of being your best friend. You know, like I was like, oh my God, love him. Such a sweetheart, like very that. And then you had asked me to come to a premiere with you, and I was so down because you had a really good vibe, and like I needed that at that time. Same. Like I needed a friend. I was already friends with girls that did nothing but try to compete with me when they were on the same level as me, so the friendship didn't feel genuine. I was friends with like mega shit talkers, which I feel like I was falling into that. Totally. And like, it was a transition period. You know, 100%. I was coming from Alabama. We were both coming up in this new world. San Diego for me. Leaving college, finishing college, and doing this thing. And like, we needed to find our tribe and our people. And we found each other. And I think it was meant to happen.
Yeah.
I do.
100%.
I really do. I think that God was like, you guys are going to really vibe and you guys are going to go through the gigs together, but it will make you stronger.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. We too, like, even when we got canceled, like, our friendship, we definitely like had to spend some time alone, meaning Manny not with anybody, me not with anybody, but like our families, and reflect. But I will say I never felt like our friendship wavered. Like
Same.
I didn't. Like
I still would FaceTime you and cry.
Absolutely.
Baby, we still were like,
absolutely.
Honey, I'm also going to the gigs today.
Say it sucked so bad though, because whenever we came back from being canceled, I remember we both really, because people had such a bad taste in their mouth, we couldn't show our friendship for like a year and a half.
100%.
Like we kept our friendship under wraps. Anytime we hung out, we just didn't post it. And it's not that we were trying to hide each other. We were trying to rebuild, you know?
Absolutely.
And it just, it was such a sad time because like behind the scenes, we were still such amazing friends.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like, I feel like it actually, that time did actually teach us a lot to like kind of not necessarily have to show every single thing online with every friendship that we have.
Yeah.
I think that was actually a big lesson in general, that like a lot of times people show their friendships online just to show that they're with them. Doesn't mean they're actually friends.
Yeah.
And I think there's a real testament to being, if you want to hang out with someone and not post about it, wow.
That's
like,
real.
I real fuck
That's
with you.
That's real.
Like, you know, so I think that really did, that did something to us at the time.
It taught us. We learned so much. We learned so much smarter and better. We're better.
We're better. Sorry that we're better. Okay, next. We have a wild card. Admit something. Ooh. Something that you haven't admitted.
Let me think about that.
Admit something.
Let me
That's
think
like
of
a big
something
one.
that's worth admitting.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like admit something. I can give an admit something as well.
Sometimes being your friend, I feel like being a gay guy is kind of like a unicorn in our industry where it's like, ooh.
A shiny thing.
And sometimes I feel like just a girl. Like it, and it has nothing to do with you because you're just you.
Right.
But sometimes I'm just there. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I'm not
You're
just
not.
there 100%. And I know that. But the way people act, they're like,
100%.
oh my God, it's a man in makeup. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus Christ. That is really the icing on the cake.
That's what it really, like, it's not even in this setting as much.
But the thing is, like, I know you and I love you so much. So I'm happy for you and I wouldn't want it any other way. And I can't really compete where I don't even compare.
Right.
Because I'll never be a man in makeup.
Right.
It's like a unicorn to girls.
It is. It's like a unicorn.
It is. Like they are in awe. And I'm like, let me move over and let Manny have his moment but I get it for what it is. I 100% too. And like, I know your heart. Like, I know you're not like the type of person that's like me. You're just there.
And I also just,
you're
like,
just there.
Whenever like, also you guys, whenever like Laura's with me, I'm like, this is my best friend Laura Lee. Like, I am very that girl.
I'm like, wait, you don't have to.
No, but I do. I never want you to ever feel.
No, it has nothing
like
to do with you. It's completely out of your control, and it doesn't happen often just because we've been around for so long.
Totally, and they know it's us.
Maybe it's more of a feeling I had felt. I feel like I don't know. I just been around with you for so long. I don't feel it as much anymore.
Totally.
Or maybe I'm used to it, and maybe it's just like,
it's
whatever.
Like, whatever, fuck it.
I'm like, hey, everybody, it's Manny MUA. Get him.
You see cats.
Maybe so.
No, and like, you know what's funny? Like, I think when you have a close friendship or relationship with anyone, I think it's so natural to kind of like do little comparisons, like slightly. Because even when I remember when we first became like super close friends, Laura had like all these amazing opportunities, and I had nothing.
No, literally nothing. And like, even it was so hard for him to get a brand deal with like a mega big brand.
Totally.
Because they were like, how dare we touch a boy in beauty? Yes. And so, you know, Manny definitely
but it inspired me, though.
Exactly. And you went through it in your own way.
Exactly. So
and there's nothing I can do other than support my friend, and that's what you do for me. And again, I don't like feel that way. Like, I'm not like, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like this, I feel like maybe it's something of the past, but I will admit that I have gone through, not even the gigs, but just kind of been like, well, I'm just a girl in makeup. So
I know.
It's like, never as special. No, it isn't. It's not even something to be sad about. I can't
do anything about it. I just like, I don't want you to ever feel that.
I'm happy for you too. Yeah. Like, I'm happy for you. You deserve that. You know, because think about it. You're a unicorn for a reason because of how preposterous disastrous it would be for a boy to wear makeup like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you deserve that. So that's why I'm like at the same time so proud and so happy. Yeah. And honestly, it does normally follow up. Can I get a picture with you and Lara? I'm like,
honestly, I'm very clockable, you guys. I will say,
oh, bitch, I could kill him for this though.
And I try not to even be full glam in situations sometimes because with my stature and with the lash on, I'm a beacon.
It's a beacon of light.
It's giving beacon of light.
Because Laura, luckily,
like the one thing that's cool, like you can go incog. Boom, 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 boom.
100%.
Get through. But the second they see me,
I can put a cap on and you will know. I could be any. This bitch right
where's
here.
Laura?
This. Even some of your other friends that's not me, I'm like, Manny's full glam tonight. They're like, nope, I'm not doing it. They're like, I'm not going with him. Nope.
And again, not something I can really control, not something I can really do as much because I appreciate when people come up to me and say hello and like I appreciate all that stuff just like Laura does too. But sometimes when it's like a chill night,
yeah,
you're kind of like,
it depends on the vibe.
It depends on the vibes. It just depends on the vibe. So like, I totally get that. But I will say, if I'm I don't really go painted out to like WeHo or like do anything like that anymore. Like I don't do any of that. I keep it cute, keep it cash.
No, never. I do remember one time we were out in WeHo and I'm with all of y'all, all the gays, and it's just me. There's like 6 gays and me. And this gay dancer walks up into our group, into all the gays, and all of y'all are looking at me. He's like, Laura Lee, can I have a picture with you? And I was like, that's right, bitches.
Move, bitches.
That's right. All of you heard it here. Not y'all. They just want a picture of me. I was so dead, though. It was so funny.
I remember that. I was like,
what the fuck? That's a sin. That's a sin.
He was fine.
He was fine.
And I said,
he was fine.
Is this a straight dancer?
Oh, no.
No, huh? That was a queen.
I was like, you don't want a picture with all the fucking queens here and yourself? They're like, no, me. And I was like, can you girls move out of the way a little bit? You're kind of
move away from mama.
Get out of mama's picture.
Mama's here.
That was
it was
so
Mother
funny.
Knows Best. Very
Mother
that.
Knows Best. I know Daniel wanted to whip me up.
He wanted to get you by the pony
and just eat me. I know it. I need to humble y'all.
Yeah.
I needed to.
The Humbleina came.
The
Humbleina fucking came.
Being humbled is humbling. Aaron's philosophy
is humbling.
You got something to admit?
Oh, should I admit?
I feel like you should. I feel like you just should.
What can I admit?
I know. I had to think about it. I was like, what's something real that I could admit that's not like stupid?
Well, I feel like technically I admitted like that in the past. I felt similar.
Oh, that is true.
When it came to in a different capacity, obviously something you couldn't control at all. It was more so like I had a hard time because I would constantly compare myself to other girls when it wasn't really something I should have been doing since I was literally a boy.
Yeah.
But it was hard when you're trying to do something and trying to be in a space when it feels like not everyone's against you, but it felt like companies.
Well, companies were definitely against it.
Absolutely. They're just like, oh, it's a fad. It's never going to happen. You're never going to work with us.
But it kills me too, not to be a dick, but it's like, oh, companies are against it until their audiences aren't. And then they're like, just kidding. Yeah, gay people. Yeah, we all, let's go ahead.
We've always loved y'all.
Let's throw some in a campaign. And I'm like this.
Performative.
Side eye.
It's giving performative.
I'm like, girl, you jump when you're told to jump.
Yeah.
You have no backbone as a company. So.
But like, and that's like, that was always like, that was like a little thing that I was always like, damn, I hope that one day that brands would take me more serious.
And look at it today.
And look at it now.
Isn't that amazing?
And they do. And like, like the world is changing so much and it changes every single year. And there's more diversity in every aspect of diversity.
Yeah.
It's really cool, that. Because it wasn't like that for a long time.
True.
Hey, I'm Arisha.
And I'm Brooke.
And we're the hosts of Wondery's podcast, Even the Rich, where we bring you absolutely true and absolutely shocking stories about the most famous families and biggest celebrities the world has ever seen. Our newest series is all about drag icon RuPaul Charles. After a childhood of being ignored by his absentee father, Ru goes out searching for love and acceptance. But the road to success is a rocky one. Substance abuse and mental health struggles threaten to veer Ru off course.
In our series, RuPaul Born Naked, we'll show you how RuPaul overcame his demons and carved out a place for himself as one of the world's top entertainers, opening the doors for aspiring queens everywhere.
Follow Even the Rich wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen ad-free on Amazon Music or the Wondery app.
Thanks to ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode of Full Coverage. Stop trusting everything you read or see on the internet, especially when it comes to medical advice, because there are better ways to get answers you want and the care that you deserve from trusted professionals and not random people online. And that's by using ZocDoc. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. You guys already know that we love ZocDoc. It's my go-to app when I need to book an appointment. We read reviews trying to find something good to eat, so reading reviews before you see a doctor, it just makes sense. With ZocDoc, there are no alarms, no surprises, so book an appointment in just a few taps and start feeling better faster. Go to ZocDoc.com/full and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/full. Go to ZocDoc.com/full. This episode of Full Coverage is sponsored by Caraway. I didn't used to spend that much time in the kitchen, but now that I have my cookware set from Caraway, I'm pretty much a professional chef. There's something about these pans that make me just want to cook. They're super cute and they come in a variety of chic shades and bonus. All sets include an easy access storage solutions. Caraway's high quality ceramic coated kitchenware is free of lead and other toxic materials, so you don't have to worry about anything harmful going in your food. And these pans make cooking easy with naturally slick surfaces. Nothing sticks, which makes cleaning a breeze. So no more scrubbing or leaving things overnight to soak. With over 25,000 5-star reviews, it's time to try it for yourself. You guys can visit carawayhome.com/full to take advantage of the limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners, so visit carawayhome.com/full or use code FULL at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. Well, my next one is,
I like that.
as a child, what do you think I want it to be?
As a child, what do you think?
You didn't know me as a
think
child.
that you wanted to
just do
be
a guess. Just do a guess.
You worked at the Durham, so maybe you wanted to be in that field. You wanted to be a princess.
Honestly, yes.
I feel like every little girl wants to be a princess or a cheerleader.
I didn't. Nope, didn't. I did try out for cheer. Me and one other girl didn't make the team.
Well, what was your, like, as a child, what was your goal job?
I just wanted to, I don't want to say I wanted to be famous, but I wanted to do something performative.
Got it. I didn't actually even know that about you. This game just taught me something.
And I have this little thing because whenever I was like, gosh, maybe 6th or 7th grade, around that time, my teacher did this thing where you had to write on a strip of paper something about each classmate and you drop them in the bags. And I glued all mine to a board, like all together, and every single, not every one of them, but a lot of them was like, she's going to do something one day.
Really?
I would say 9 out of 10 of them said she's funny.
Accurate.
Did not pay attention in school at all. Just wanted to make, I literally a dumbass. Just wanted to have fun.
Make people laugh.
And I was always very outgoing and loud. Kind of like I am now though.
It's like you.
Not a very shy person.
No, right. Extroverted.
Very extroverted. Love to be really goofy with my friends and all that.
I love that.
So
I wish I was like that.
I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I always wanted to do something like performative. I never wanted to like be in an office or just have.
No 9 to 5.
I wanted a job that didn't exist, and that's what I got.
And you literally have a job that didn't exist at the time.
Yep. What about you? What
I
do
wanted to be a
I
plastic
think?
surgeon.
But as a little bitty child,
as a baby.
Let me think. You would probably want to do something.
I know what I wanted to be.
Don't.
As a baby. As a child.
An astronaut. Lunar.
A mermaid.
Yep. That's it. He wanted to be a mermaid.
I wanted to be Ariel.
You're not that far off. You're not that far off.
When after watching The Little Mermaid, which I watched every single day after I watched it, I would be in my room on bed, like just going, oh. I was doing the Ariel, like.
Until your daddy walked in.
He said, what the fuck is going on here? I said, I'm singing the Eric version. It was very that I wanted to be Little Mermaid.
I love that for you. And it sounds so right.
It sounds accurate, huh?
It is so accurate. I love that.
I want to be a mermaid. Ariel. That makes sense. Oh, it's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
If you have, when was a moment you realized that you were not invincible?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like, did I ever think I was invincible?
Or like, like when you're flying high. Let's say you're flying high.
Okay.
It's like that. Like, what is there a moment where you're like, damn, like almost like humbling, truly?
Jeez. You know what? When I lived in Alabama, like there were like no influencers out there, truly, like maybe one or two. And then LA was like the mecca of influencers, and I thought my content was good. I thought I was already famous, and then I moved to LA, and it was like a whirlwind of hurt, and it was good for me because I was learning lessons. Like no one will tell you no faster than Hollywood.
Absolutely.
I mean, I failed at things. I had doors closed in my face. I mean, just any type of failure you could reach. But the only reason I got those failures is because I was continuously trying things. And I was continuously putting myself out there, and I was continuously trying to be this influencer and create this career that didn't really exist. So you're going to get a lot of no's, but I was brave enough to do it. But it was such a humbling experience because I realized how small I was. I was such a small fish in this massive pond, but I never thought I wouldn't make it.
Exactly.
I just had to figure out the way to do it. But my God, it was such a humbling experience on all ends. And it's so easy for people to see the pictures from the outside in. I'm like, but people really have no idea all that I went through to get to where I'm at. You know?
Like the struggle bus that you're on.
Oh my God. And like the no's and the shit talking and the influencers who didn't like me and the
drama,
the brands and the drama and the opportunities, and it was horrible. But Humbelina stayed in town for a while. She stayed in town for a while until you get to the point where you're just like used to it, because that's how I say it all the time when people are like, me. I'm like, that's Hollywood, baby.
It's like, I think a lot of people have like a false sense of what
because they see it from the outside in, and they see all the success.
Diva, you know, it's this Hollywood's not everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah, they want everyone wants a trophy.
That's not Hollywood. I'm sorry to tell you.
Hollywood will be the first to humble your ass.
It's a reality check, and I think a lot of people don't realize that the reality is what it is. It's like you might be able to think like kumbaya and everything is, sweet and great and awesome, but like, no, not everyone's getting an award for participating. Nope. People win and
not
they
in
lose.
These streets. Not in these
Hollywood.
Streets.
That's the reality.
I mean, you can do that all day.
For sure.
But when you get out into these real streets, not everyone gets a trophy. As a matter of fact, you can get your trophy and get it taken away too. So
it's just a hard reality. Like LA, Hollywood is just a very intense, chew you up, spit you out kind of city. If you, it's almost like getting thrown into open water. If you're not treading and trying to float, you will drown. You will drown out here. So it's essentially what kind of LA is. You will be packing your bags out here, and it's expensive water out here. And a lot of people move out of LA once they moved in because they're like, you know what? It's not my vibe, not my team. And that is A-okay. Totally. That's okay, but the truth is the truth. It's a tough city. It's a tough industry to be in. I would say, I don't know if I can say more because I do think it's easier now just because it's such an accepted industry and all the brands are on board. Like no one was paying anyone shit, and there was like 5 brands sponsoring people back then. Literally. So many people fighting for the top. It was just like madness, and now it's kind of like flushed out some of that. But now there's more competition for it. There's so much more because now like everybody wants to be an influencer. Now it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. So more accepted, but harder to get. Yep. Hard. It's hard either way, whichever way you look at it. It's going to be tough. So yeah, it was very humbling for me. What about you? You got any humbelina? I feel like 2018 was my humbelina, to be quite honest. Like that was like a real big reality check for me, was when I was like, oh, so I'm not the most sickening diva of the world. Yeah. Like it was very that, like where it's like, again, like you're flying high. You don't think that something's going to bring you crashing down because you're soaring. Yeah. And you don't give a fuck what anyone's telling you about things because you're like, well, I'm successful. So clearly something's going right. It's crazy though, because before I got canceled, like friendships had already split ways. Oh, for sure. Same. And I was already so down off of that because I got wrecked and all that. And so I was already low. Like I was low, and I was just holding on to the seat of my ass. Like I was down. 100%. So like, sure, that was humbling, but
I was already humbled. Like
But
I was
you've
already
been
going
humbled.
through the gigs,
Mhm.
and then that was just cherry on top of the gigs that was already going for me.
100. Well, so there's a lot of gigs that were going on behind the scenes, you know, for everyone involved. So it was like,
100%.
damn, there was just so much
100%.
going on. So it just felt like, that's why I say like overall 2018, and not just like
The year.
that
Just the year.
month.
Is it
Felt like the
crazy
whole
that
year.
that? How long ago was that? Like
5 years.
going on 6 years. We're going on August. 2 months will be 6 years ago, right?
I think in 2 months it'll be 5
years.
officially. But still,
Yeah, you're right.
That
You're
is
right.
crazy. Not that it feels like eons ago, but it doesn't feel like it's been 5 whole years ago.
It feels distant for
It feels
sure.
distant.
Distant for
But wild that
sure.
it feels like it's 5.
Yeah,
know what I
5
mean?
years went by really fast.
It went by fast. I think that's like when it's like you kind of think of it in that way, where it's like, damn, time is fleeting and time is so precious.
It's crazy. I wish I could now go talk to myself then,
Baby.
but it don't work like
It
that.
don't, and I wish it
and
did.
you just have to have enough
I wish it was
faith
like the
in
Flash.
yourself then to get to where
You'll
you're
make
at
it.
now.
Well, we
Believe in
literally had, I
yourself.
remember like when we were going through the gigs, we would tell each other like, you know what, in 2 years, we'll look back and it'll be different. In 5 years, we literally said this, like in
Yeah.
5 years, we're not going to think, like we're going to be
not even worry about
not
this.
going to worry about it
Like,
anymore.
This is
And
nothing
at the
in 5
time
years.
we were like, yes, we will. Like we were going through it. We were wrong.
did not. We were wrong. You get past it. You move
You
on.
do. You move on. You move forward. You make changes in your life, things that you want to continue to do, and then you move forward from it.
It made everything better for me. And I hate to say that, like, because it's like something so tragic, but it
Totally.
did.
I mean, honestly, it's the same for me. Like I can't even front, because the thing is, like, we are so lucky that we still have careers to this
We
day.
are.
Like, wow, we got to do what we want to do. We still got to earn what we earn. Like, we got to do all these things. But we've had like reality checks.
100%.
I think that makes a big difference. Is like creators that have reality checks and they don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like we
Mhm.
have had that, so we've been able to see like that it can go away.
Yeah.
That it is possible for it to be like scarier things. You can lose things.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, you appreciate and you feel like
we
it's
also
precious.
build. For me, it was like seeing how precious it is, but also seeing like how sloppy I could be and like how
Mhm.
much better I should be at this, and like the
100%.
team and like everyone around me,
Every
and like
aspect.
weeding out all the people that are just users, because that's going to be your weakest team right there.
Mhm.
Anyone that's around just because of your numbers, not because they don't like you or the work that you do or appreciate your content,
Mhm.
they're going to be dust in the wind.
Yeah.
And like that's
Deuces.
you got some weak legs on that table, baby. And I
Mhm.
did. And so now it's like everything's so much more trustworthy and stronger and
Mhm.
real and better, because I had to weed everyone the fuck out.
Yeah. Well, especially going through the gig, going through something like that, you're like, oh baby, it's time to clip.
It's time to clip,
It's time
honey,
to clip
because
the
if your
wings.
legs were wavering with me for a second, you're out.
Tumble.
Get the fuck out, because
Mhm.
I'm going to keep going.
Exactly. It's the waiver.
It's the waiver.
Mhm. And luckily with Laura, she's a rememberer.
Oh, girl.
And she helps remind me of things all the time that
I do.
happened. And it helps keep me like also like, oh yeah, you're right. And it
Like,
keeps
but
me
don't
fucking
forget
like,
when
boom,
this bitch did this.
did this and this. And I was like, oh, you're so right.
Or I'll say something about someone like, oh, I feel like they would flip and do da da da. And Manny would be like, no. And I'll be like, well, do you remember this one time they left
And I
that
was like-
one comment back into the. And he's like, what
And
the
then I'm like this.
fuck?
I was like, Laura, I completely forgot about that. So
Like, and that's
it
why I
does
did
help
that.
me. You help me on that aspect a lot.
I'm cynical. I
think It's a
am.
cynical thing though. I don't think that's that. I think that's more so like you being aware of things that have happened in the past and remembering them.
I'm like a cat.
Cynical is like you're expecting people to like
Oh, that's
fuck you.
true. And I
That's not
definitely
that.
do
You're not
not,
expecting
because
people
if
to
I
do that.
expect you to fuck me, you're not even going to get close
You're not
enough
gonna be
to
there.
me to fuck me.
No,
you
right.
know
That's
what I mean?
more like
Yeah.
that's not that.
Okay, one more.
One
We
more.
can do it to each other. What
T.
was your first impression of me? I kind of said mine, but
Oh, first impression. So my first impression of you, Laura, was just honestly like this. You had a stronger Southern accent at the time.
when I met you, it was I had
strong.
only been to LA or like in California for like a year, maybe.
And honestly, I had not met a ton of Southern people because I grew up from SoCal.
Right.
So I actually wasn't really used to like the Southern twang, the Southern
Jarring.
charm.
He didn't understand a word I said to him. He said, okay.
No, I did understand what you were saying, but it was just such a different, like even the way you spoke to me, I was like, oh, like that's so different. Like I'm used to, like for me, like growing up in Chula Vista, I was used to like a Mexican accent all the time. Like I was used to
100%.
that accent because, you know, growing up where I grew up with, or in my culture. So I was always used to like that thing. So when I hear literally like the almost polar opposite into the other spectrum of like a different part of the United States of a country accent, I was like,
shook you,
this is
didn't
my
it?
little country girl right here, you know? And so you were so sweet and so kind. And I thought you were so cute. So I was like, oh, I really like her. I immediately liked you. I thought the same exact thing with like your energy felt so coinciding with my energy at the time that the thing is too, like when you come up to someone in a sweet, caring way, I can't even imagine trying to give a bad experience to that and not receive that is what I'm saying. Like I receive that kind of affection and that kind of love. And you do. You weren't like belligerently fucked up. No. You weren't a mess at all. You were just like, hey, I just want to say I appreciate your work. I think you're amazing. And then we just kikied immediately. So that was my first impression. I was like, I thought you were super cute.
Not too much now. Not too much.
What?
I just feel like I try not, you
weren't,
not
and that,
too
you
much.
Never do, and you're always much. Like that girl that you're not like.
I'm gonna keep it real.
You're not fawning.
Yeah.
Over anyone, you're just like, keep it real. I'm like, hey, I'm a huge fan of your work. I'm gonna keep it moving, but I love you.
Yeah.
Just like I'm the same exact way.
Exact same way.
I'm like, we keep it cute, we keep it moving.
Even if you're the biggest fan in the world, not too much. Keep it cute. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
And I'm gonna go.
And I'm gonna keep it moving.
Yes. So it was kind of one of those moments, but it left such a positive impression on me that like when we had done the events prior or after, and I had met you multiple times, I was like, I think that should be like so much fun to go to this event with me. And I'm the one that invited Laura to the premiere.
It sure did.
Because I had such a good impression from her.
Yeah.
So I was like, I hope she'll come. And I was a little nervous that you would say no because we hadn't been like that close.
It is risky. It was risky.
That was risky.
It was risky because we had never hung out one-on-one. We were just kind of like acquaintances. Yes. Like we had known each other like light friends.
Yes.
And
definitely more on the acquaintance side.
We were on the acquaintance side.
And then once we
mighty bold of you.
It was very bold of me. I did pull the badge. And so I asked her and you said yes, obviously. And then 100%. You came over to my house after.
Sure did.
And we kikied on my bed.
Honey, all night.
The whole night
long.
We kikied and it was like
we were cutting up.
No, it was deep. So we got like to a good spot and I was like, I think I'm gonna have to fuck with her for real. I think I'm gonna really fuck. Yes, I was like, a new hottie has entered the villa. It was very
trouble one and trouble two.
Thing one, thing two. It was deadly. So I knew immediately. I was like, okay, I got great vibes from your first impression because you were so chill.
Yeah,
and I love people that are sweet and chill and keep it moving.
Yeah,
I love that vibe. Very cool.
I love that. Well, I just thought you were great and had great energy, so I felt safe.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I just felt like I could like come up to you and, oh, Manny's here. Like, let me go say hello. Yes. You know what I mean? Very that instead of like wild card. Who knows what we're gonna get
what's
tonight?
Gonna happen? I'm scared.
I'm fucking scared. Crazy pants has entered the room. None of that. Very chill. Very, very sweet. Very welcoming energy. So
I'm glad. That's why you gotta try to be yourself online. That's what I always say. Is that like if you give off this like false sense of persona when you're doing your socials, people meet you in real life and they get a completely different version of you. It's so jarring to me.
It's jarring.
That I'm like, this is how like things like people get caught up in things when it's like you almost just come across like as phony or
like
fake.
A character. And it's like it's different to be like an actual character acting doing that, sure. But when you meet someone and you're like I from your vibes and your social media, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get along with her. Like even after the first time we met, I'm like, oh, I just get good vibes because I saw what you did. Yeah.
So when you see what people do, you're like, oh, I feel like I get like a good impression.
Right.
So imagine if someone's very like, and this is what we're gonna do next, and then you meet them in like a bitch.
Oh,
you're
girl.
like, damn, I was expecting this like sweet, humble.
It's
chill
jarring.
Vibe.
It is jarring.
And that's happened many times.
Yeah. Absolutely, especially in our industry. Like people are one thing online and then
completely different in person.
So scary.
It's literally
so
scary.
Scared for my
life.
The
way I want to like zip down your shirt. It's just like so inviting.
I have no bra on, so this will be an episode that
I thought it was like
censored. Tyler's looking through the glass. He's so stupid.
Oh my god. But yeah, that was it. That's it for today's episode.
That's it. Guys, what a special episode.
I'm so proud.
Don't forget to check out the full fantasy collab. We will have everything linked down below. We appreciate your love and support so much on this.
We love you guys so much, and thank you for helping us make this happen too, because it was a labor of love, but we included you guys so much, and we wouldn't call it full fantasy if it wasn't without you guys in mind. So, and
also one of my and Manny's favorite things in the world, no matter where we're at, no matter where we go, it can be the grocery store, it can be a beauty event, it can be a meeting. Someone out there goes, by the way, I just want to say I love your podcast. I'm a full fan. And we're like,
the amount of times I go out and Laura, like someone's like, I want you to tell Laura I love her.
Same.
all
Same.
the time.
One of the girls on the girl trip, a couple of the girls watched the podcast, but one of them, we were in the car ride back. She was like, by the way, I met Manny one time and I'm a really big fan. And I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. So I was like, don't you worry, I'll tell him.
It just happened to me, Laura, it happened to me last weekend. I would say like 3 different people came up to me and was like, I just want you to know I love full coverage and I love Laura. Would you please tell her? And I'm like, of course I'll tell her.
It's a package deal.
It's a package deal, which I love, which is why I feel like the collab is kind of perfect.
It is. It is. It's a package. It's a package deal.
It's a Fritz Beret. You can't do any better.
I love it.
I love you guys so much. We'll of course leave everything linked down below, and we'll catch you guys in our next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Mwah.